call the meeting to order. I'm not sure if we have any public comment, do we?
No one's here and no one's online.
Okay. No presentations,
Nope.
No,
all right. So we need to approve the June 4th, 2024 meeting minutes. If somebody make a motion for that.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're one short of a quorum.
Oh, okay,
We'll
yeah,
table
because I
those
don't,
till September.
okay,
I should have mentioned that, Amy. I'm sorry.
it's okay. No problem. So we'll table that for next one.
Yes.
Public education goal, there are updates on that?
The article Bree wrote on plastics is in the summer newsletter. Unfortunately, it was attributed to the Planning and Zoning Department and not the Green Efforts Committee.
I saw that. And I thought,
I will make sure to make note of that for the next one. I apologize for
Great.
that.
that was my main question. I didn't know we were part of zoning and planning.
Technically you are, but I should have made that more clear to the town manager's office. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. Oh, boy. Okay. What, anything on the fall newsletter?
I think we talked about some ideas. I'll go look in my notes. I can certainly put forth a few.
I can check what the date is going to be, and if it's earlier in the fall, we could maybe do one on the benefits of mulching your leaves as opposed to bagging them. Well, Farmington doesn't bag; they pick them up at the curb, but the benefits of mulching your leaves in your lawn or something like that.
Right.
I mean, it all gets
That's an idea,
composted
sure.
anyway, so.
Okay.
Um,
All right. So we can put that on the list for next time as well. Okay. Is there anybody who can give us an update on the Westwoods composting program?
I've got nothing from Board of Ed, and it's summer, so there hasn't been anything going on, but I think they're planning on starting up again at the end of the month when school starts up again, so we'll see if we can get some kind of reporting regularly from Terra Vasquez or Blue Earth. Maybe we can get something like quarterly or something to see how much food they're collecting. I don't think it's going to any other schools at this point, but I know some schools are interested in expanding the program too, so you might see some others.
We should cover that in fall newsletter.
yeah, that's a great idea. Because boy, I'd really like to get that going on a townwide basis if we possibly can push toward that.
Or school-wide base, all the schools.
Yeah.
So how long is that? This is a test program, correct? To see how well it does?
Yes, I think they're interested in doing it for a while. I would assume, I think it's budgeted in the this year's budget for Westwood, so I'm assuming it would be for the whole school year, at least this year. I can chat with Sam Kilpatrick on that. I know, I think when Tara had gave us an update in June, she had said that they had kind of an open house with some teachers and administrators at Westwood talking about the composting program, and there was some staff members looking to expand it to other schools. So it's something that people are interested in doing. And if it reduces or net zero the tipping fee for the schools, I'm sure it's something that they'll keep doing because it's a little better than just dumping everything. But it'll depend on budgeting, I think, is the main thing. Let's see, Westwoods is upper elementary. IAR is next, and then the high school.
It would be great to do IAR because you already have kids trained from Westwood.
Right. So moving on to IAR, and the high school will probably be ideal, especially since we've got a brand new building. I think they've got some gardening.
So this
stuff
is a
that they'll do.
program that's gonna move you're gonna keep adding the schools, is that how? Because I don't know, is there any time period? I'm really not sure how the program works and what it entails, but does it go
Yeah,
from
I don't-
Woods?
I don't know, Amy. It'd be something for Sam to talk on, when he can make it to a meeting. Just
Okay.
because he's the facility, he's the one that'd be in charge of that.
Have the students at Westwood been involved in this program?
Yes, yeah, so at each lunch wave, there's, monitors that stand at the station.
So it might be, if we're going to be putting an article into the newsletter, it might be good if we could involve the students in writing that article.
They made
give
a
a better
wonderful
feel for it.
movie. Have you seen
Well,
the
let's go with the
movie?
newsletter first.
Yeah. No, they did make a video. I think I sent it to everyone. If not, I'll send it again.
Yeah, no, it was a great little movie.
Yeah.
We could put a link to that in the newsletter.
Actually, we could do that.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
I'll have,
I think it would
yeah,
be
I'll have
nice
to check
to
with
see
Board of
them.
Ed on that, but,
Well, maybe we could put that on the agenda for next time and ask Sam to give us like an overview, because I'm not really sure how long what it entails. I mean, I know they're doing it and they want it to continue, but it would be nice to have a little.
it's
yeah,
also,
it's,
oh, sorry.
no, go ahead, Bree.
No, it's also a good way for people to assess what is actually being eaten in the food that's coming out of the kitchen. I mean, I think Kate told me that, you see a whole lot of apples on people's trays with one bite taken out of them and then they go into the composting pile. So maybe there's, lessons to be learned about food waste as well.
Yeah, there is, but they're required to take those apples by the USDA, not DA, yeah, USDA.
Yeah, food and
Yeah.
Drug Administration, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And what do they do
Huh.
with that composted stuff? What do they do with the stuff that can be composted? Where does it go?
It
Blue
goes
Earth
to
picks
Quantum
it up.
Biopower in Southington.
Oh, that's
So it gets composted, turned into biogas for power generation. I think there's one other byproduct, but you end up with compost at the end, and it generates some power as well. Because it's
Right.
an anaerobic digester, so it's a quick process. It's not like normal windrow composting.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we did discuss that at one other time. I
Yeah.
remember the biogas. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so what about the littering signs and adopt a road program? Is that going anywhere?
The person that was interested in it hasn't been coming to the meetings at all. So
Okay.
unless someone wants to take that up,
I'll try one more time to see if we can get a capstone out of it.
Yeah, that's fine. 'Cause like I said, I pulled together some information from other towns, but I need some guidance in order to get started, to see what people want. Stacy will check on that,
And then after that, we should just drop it until,
unless someone brings it up again.
yeah. It's been on the agenda for a year.
More than.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, sounds
Can
good.
I add something to the waste reduction goal, even though it's not on the agenda, or do I have to do something?
No, that's fine.
When Sam's back, can we discuss the leaving on of smart boards at schools? I know Noah Wallace always has glowing lights all night long from, boards that are left on. It's huge, yeah. Like
Oh.
this, left on all 24/7.
Yeah, I
All
think you
weekend long.
brought that up once before, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
add that. I'm surprised if there's not a timer built in that it's supposed to turn off. And
We walk after dark at night.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's not, I'm saying it might not be activated and they have to go through it
Yeah.
and set it or something. I mean, you don't want it shutting off during the middle of the school day, but
right.
after an hour, it's not being used. Yeah, like that.
But yeah, that's another good question for Sam when he comes.
And then
So-
I like the no idling too. I mean, I think, is that only at Westwoods, the no idling for parents waiting for their kids?
No, they're at all the schools, except the
There.
only school they're not at is the high school because it is simultaneously in the process of being demolished and built, so.
Mhm.
Right,
Well, I
right.
believe we'll be putting them up when the school is done, at the high school, at the high, drop off. But that was
Right.
the only school that didn't get them.
Great,
And
thank you.
Okay, is
should
there
be
any
one
other
on the
thing?
Loading dock too.
Okay.
Sorry.
Are there
was
other
that-
topics that we wanted to talk about?
I can talk on two things. Just so everyone's aware, composting is on hold temporarily just because the high school's taken the focus of many of the town departments right now, because we have to be open for the start of school this year. So Public Works, so staff is busy doing that. So hopefully in September, I can speak with the Public Works Director about our next steps for that. So it's something that it's on my list, but because of how busy everything is this summer with the high school,
Yeah.
it's a little down at the bottom for the summer.
You said composting, like,
Townwide,
okay,
yeah,
townwide.
sorry about that, sorry.
Okay.
Or doing something townwide, not whatever we do, figuring out something. And just so everyone is aware, so obviously, I'm the assistant town planner. I work with the Planning and Zoning Commission as well. I'm looking at revising the town's lighting ordinance, at
Right.
least for commercial and industrial properties. I don't know if, we'll see if we include residential in that, of timers, dimmer lights, warmer light temperatures, things like that. So once I have that drafted up, I'll send it to the Green Efforts Commission to see if you have any input from your experience, and then obviously if we could do a letter of support or something like that to the commission saying you think it's a good idea or something like that. Obviously, we'll have to agree that it's a good idea, but just kind of a letter of support showing that you would think that this would be good for residents and for the environment. And that's mainly driven by the Connecticut chapter of the Dark Sky Alliance just released some model lighting ordinance regulations. So
Nice.
it's pretty complicated. It's like 20 pages long. We obviously won't be doing something that intense, but that's something that I'll be working on. It just came out like a couple weeks ago, so I'm just going to I'll be starting on that soon. But like I said, I'll when it comes time, I'll put it as an agenda item. That way, Green Efforts Committee can have some input. I think it'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Do we want to put it
Yeah.
on the agenda just as a placeholder, just so we don't forget?
Sure, I'll have that.
Okay,
I know
I
we talked
do-
about that. Oh, excuse me.
no, go ahead.
I know we talked about that at the last meeting, the Dark Skies Initiative, and I've heard two presentations by the Connecticut Dark Skies Initiative chapter, and they are excellent. And so I'm sure they could give one to the town council or the planning and zoning or to us or whatever if we were interested. So they've done one for the
And
Land Trust and they did one for my garden club. So they're great.
And I think
And
I
it's
have
pretty-
a copy of the presentation slides, so I
Oh,
can share that
good.
as well. Because I one of my continuing education credits, Dark Sky was one of the speakers for one of the classes. So we got a copy
Right.
of the slides. So that was December,
It's-
telling us that they were coming out with a model ordinance.
Yeah,
And
it's
who
pretty
put-
horrific.
Who puts that on, Garrett?
His name is Leo Smith. I think he's the president of the Connecticut chapter of Dark Sky Alliance. I know his name is Leo Smith. I'm pretty sure that's his title, but I can double check that.
Okay, I was just curious. I didn't know if that was an Eversource program or a state program.
No, it's just a national, nonprofit. So they've got different chapters for each state.
Yeah, I think the Eversource program is the Bright Skies, the Dark Skies.
I hope not.
No, I just remember when I worked there, they talked about it quite a bit.
Yeah, and I know Eversource does a lot with Energize CT for the residential properties.
Yeah.
And some of it is that technology has gotten better. So originally when LEDs came out, they were all the cool white. Now they've got warm white,
Right.
which gets down to, I think most of them are 3,000 Kelvin color temperature. But there's some newer ones that get down even lower, which is the lower the number, the warmer the color.
Right.
I think there's new ones that get down to 2,800.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about?
Do we now have a quorum?
No,
Yeah, if you have a quorum, if we want to do the minutes before we leave.
we do have one now.
Yes.
Okay.
Priya, logged on.
Okay, so you're not
Right.
counting me though, right?
No, I am. You're a voting member, so it's 5. You need 5.
Okay, so do we want to go back to D and make a motion to approve the minutes?
I
I'll
move.
make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Seconded.
Aye.
Okay,
That's fine.
all right. So the motion passes. There we go.
All right. Anything else?
I see our next meeting is September 3rd.
Yep, and I believe I should have the draft meeting schedule for 2025 at that meeting. If I do, I'll obviously include it with the agenda for everyone to take a look at and let me know if you have any conflicts. Amy, we do look at the town council schedule first.
Okay.
And schedule around that, just so you're aware.
Yeah, that would be helpful for me. Yeah. All
I'm
right.
not sure if you can remember this, but I won't be here for that meeting.
All right.
And I will have to, if I can, I will try and do it on Zoom.
Yeah, if when I send the schedule, if you have anything, but
Yeah.
I think, I don't think there's any problem. The only thing is whether we want to push the meeting in April further in, be closer to cleanup day, which will be, the 26th, I believe.
Yeah, I had that in my phone already.
Yeah, so cleanup day will be the 26th next year, so I don't know if we want, I think the week of the 13th is, spring break for Farmington as well. So I don't know if we want to plan anything I'll double check the schedule. I think plan and zoning would be that Monday.
But if we go from March, 1 to April 22nd, there's a lot of, work and tasks that need to be done in between, so that might be hard.
Yeah, it's just something to think
Okay.
about. Because if it's just for cleanup day, like I said, I think this year, if it's a special meeting, as long as it's noticed, it can be any day, any time.
Okay.
As long as the Zoom account and the council chambers are open, that's really the requirement for the special meeting.
Yeah.
And be noticed 48 hours beforehand. That's about it.
Yeah, there's a
So,
lot
well,
of.
we can talk about that once we have the actual schedule.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Anybody have anything else before we adjourn?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
All set.
No.
Make a motion?
I move.
Oh, sorry.
We made the motion.
All right. I seconded.
Aye.
She motioned.
Remade the motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion passes. We are now adjourned.